You've reached the HubSpot helpline. Helpline.
It's Rob, it's George, it's Casey, and Kyle. Come with a problem and leave with a smile. Every Friday at 3, come and join us as we help you with HubSpot. Open up your LinkedIn, just make sure you call in and leave a voicemail about HubSpot. Make your Friday divine with the HubSpot helpline.
It's Friday at 3. You know what that means? It means that I'm coming directly into your LinkedIn feed, surrounded by 3 of the brightest minds in the entire world. Wasn't going to just say ecosystem, world. We've got Casey, Miss Greyhound of the Helpline, Hawkins. We have Chris, Muss, Carolyn. He'll be more relevant in about 2 months whenever the season is upon us. And we have George. What does the B actually stand for? Thomas, who is about to go on vacation, apparently, for a week.
Yes,
He's
sir.
feeling great today. He's looking like Red October, looking suave. How's everybody's week been? And I know we have a bunch of stuff to get into, including a voicemail that we missed last week, unfortunately. But how's everybody doing?
Doing well. I love the idea that we were so flooded that we missed some voicemail.
We were. We that it happens to the best of us, and trust me, y'all 3 are the best of us. So we're going to get to that in a minute. Chris, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing good. Excited to see Tron tonight. So I'll do my best to focus on this conversation first.
There we go.
No vacation to look forward to for me, so I'll just focus on the Tron later tonight.
If you're going to pick one thing to focus on, that's it. That's a good thing to focus on. I also have come to the conclusion that if this show is ever going to be sponsored, a beard oil company would be a good candidate. That thing is looking great, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Isn't it Kingsman? Is Kingsman a beard oil company? I think at one point I had tried to grow out, believe it or not.
Stop it.
I can't picture you with that at all.
I bought some beard oil and I made it to about a little bit of a scruff, to which my wife said, get it out of here.
I think if you were to grow a beard, it would be like Steve Harvey shaving his mustache. It just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right.
I love how you got the beard oil before.
Yeah.
Before the beard.
I was trying to get it. No, it was pretty decent. And I was trying to keep it soft because historically, by the way, this is not why you HubSpot users are here, but historically,
No, it is.
my face is like a porcupine. And so I was like, well, let me soften it up as we grow it out. Yeah, that didn't.
He was just fertilizing. I mean, I respect that. I don't know if it worked, but
it didn't work.
It didn't, apparently.
Yeah. Speaking of fertilizing, we're about to fertilize some young and impressionable minds in the HubSpot ecosystem with some knowledge. We have a voicemail that Chris has been dying to get into, and I think this one's a bit of a doozy based on the number of screens I saw George have open earlier. So, Chris, if you want to launch into this, we're very excited. I'll let you put up a screen or let George narrate. His voice is and sound effects can help out.
I'll just play the voicemail in the background and
nice.
Take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're excited to look into the personalization tools inside of HubSpot, but I'm curious to get your take on why it's only available for landing pages and CTAs only. What about our other website pages? I'd really like to see that in the future. Thanks.
And I just want to play through one more time. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if you start at the beginning, but yeah, play it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're excited to look into the personalization tools inside of HubSpot, but I'm curious to get your take on why it's only available for landing pages and CTAs only. What about our other website pages? I'd really like to see that in the future. Thanks.
Yeah. Where you guys want to go from there? Because I hear this and it breaks my brain.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah. So just want me to roll? Am I rolling? Is
You're
that
rolling, George.
George
Well,
felt
let's-
very
so?
passionate.
Let's just
So
say if Scott's watching, because he
yeah,
commented on the show last week.
yeah.
I think we could use a little bit of context help here, because there's lots of words that were
Well,
used very ambiguously
mm,
in that 20 seconds.
yeah.
I think.
So I think I know, and the conversation is going to be predicated based off of what I think I know about. You say Scott?
Scott. Yep.
It's locked in. What Scott said in the voicemail. So one, I'm sharing my screen because immediately I opened up 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs for immediate conversation that I wanted to have based on what I think we're talking about. The fifth tab, I was like, you know what? And when I get done, I'll send people to this certification that I know that I've taken that it was helpful years ago, called contextual marketing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have gone here and made certifications, and I've gone through these 4 pages, and I cannot find the
No.
certification. Okay. It's contextual marketing certification. If anybody that is on this call can find it before this call is over and send me a link, that would be dope. But I can't find it when I go to what mere mortal humans will do is come here, go to certifications, find it. Now, did I go to like my certifications and look for an old certification badge to see if I can find an old? No. But if somebody can find the contextual marketing certification, that would be dope. We can put it in the link below or wherever this ends up being in living. But let's go off of that HubSpot Academy. If you're watching, help. Maybe there's a new one coming. But let's just go to website pages, right? Because Scott said only in landing pages. And so I'm in the website tool. And what I'm assuming that Scott is talking about is if I open up a page. So for instance, if I was to edit this page, which is, sidekickstrategies.com/AI that we're working on for the HubSpot helper clone that we have, I would want to make some of this smart based on if somebody was already a user of the clone or a user of our product or in our database in a certain list or some variation of that. Maybe I even want to show their football team logo if they're from like Texas. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but if they were from North Carolina, I might put the Panthers logo on there. Or if they were from Ohio, I might put the Cleveland's. I'm just kidding. Anyway, if I click on a section, you're going to see that you have this smart rules piece. And when Scott said personalization, this is where my brain went to, is being able to personalize the page based on what you actually have or what you want to show. And so, like, if I dive into this further and I hit add, what I have the ability to do is I can customize. By the way, what I just clicked on was a whole section. So I can click on, I want to customize this whole section based on things like ad source or a list that people are in. So again, like if they, let's say they have purchased, I'm a technology company for banks. They've purchased ATMs from us. They're in the ATM list. So when they come back, show them the specific information about ATMs. Okay, so let's just say that life cycle stage. This I always talk about this being the journey of like a subscriber is a new friend, a customer is your grandparents. You would talk to them differently. It should be different copy. Based on country, we don't sell to you. Therefore, page goes blank, and there's one section that talks about what they need to know. Device type, referral source, reference. Like there's all query parameter. So you can get real special and personalized in there. Now, the next piece that I kind of got curious about, if it isn't that, which by the way, I'm going to go to other pages and other places and talk about some things. But if it isn't that, then maybe it's this, meaning maybe it's not the whole section, but maybe it's a certain module. Well, guess what? I can make a module smart the same way that I can a section. So now I have different layers of being able to personalize the page. Let me pause for a second. George, why is this important? Because what I'm showing you right now is all about the customer experience that you can create based on the smart rules of the content that you're applying to your page. So now I know I can do it at sections. I know I can do it at modules. Well, what's a good example of that? Well, a good example of that is if you have a smart rule, you could show different modules that might be the forms tool, therefore showing different forms, therefore different questions based on what you already know about the humans that are coming to your site. So this can be a conversation, or for most of you, conversion strategy of smart content. So then my brain went to the next level. Well, like, what if Scott is actually not talking about what I'm talking about, but what if Scott is talking about like personalization, like, hi, like instead of your, maybe Scott's saying, well, I want to actually be able to personalize that and say like first name. Well, that's in website pages too. So if I wanted to say, hi, Scott, welcome to your AI HubSpot helper, because now they're in my database as somebody who might be using the AI helper, I can do that. So right there, just in website pages, is 3 different layers, right? Section-based, module-based, and textual-based personalization. I'm going to pause there before I move to like landing pages, emails, content embeds, just so Casey, Chris, Rob, unpack your brain to what I just kind of threw out there.
Chris had his hand raised like 5 minutes ago, so I'm going to let Chris jump in first if he still has a question, or I don't know if George answered it.
No. George, hit the back button for me.
I don't know how
Like-
far back you want me to go,
like
but here I am.
In the upper left, the back, like come out of this page.
Yes.
Yep. And let's see, are we under?
We're on website
So
pages.
on the marketing
Mhm.
menu, click on that. See personalization down on the bottom there.
Oh, we're talking about the beta.
We might be,
Okay.
like, could be. I haven't been in here before. I got to the same kind of screen as we're looking at now.
Yep.
But I think this is the challenge that we've been so used to talking about stuff like this. When we use the same words, it's like, oh, of course we can personalize all over HubSpot with tokens and all this. And now this just came out. And I'm curious if, I mean, the way it came out, we want to use HubSpot personalization tools. And it didn't make sense that, like, how do they get to a place where that they only think it's for CTAs or landing pages? Maybe that's the experience here.
So let's walk through. First of all, what do I have to do to share my? Can we get away with playing this video? And then can we just dink around before I move into other things that historically have been possible, like with this for a little bit? Is anybody else comfortable with that, or is that just me?
I'd love to.
Okay.
You have to make sure that the screen or tab shared has sound shared. Right? Yeah.
So I have to share the tab. So instead of entire share screen, and I want it to be a Chrome tab, and this is called personalization. Okay. So, and audio is okay. So first of all, let's just do this because Chris, this is interesting. And again, we're talking beta world. So there could be 90% of our audience that don't even have this beta turned on. Shame on you. You should listen to the Customer Platform Show 5 days a week where Chris Carolyn, Casey Hawkins, and George B. Thomas talk to you about these betas. Okay, shut up, George.
Are you ready to transform scattered personalization efforts into unified intelligence? HubSpot's new personalization tool centralizes your tailored content creation, AI-powered recommendation.
Oh,
a little bit of buffering. A little bit of buffering. It's all right.
Internet. Seriously? By the way, dope glasses. I wish I could pull off glasses like that, but man, I end up looking like not.
You need to see. Ask if Fathead can customize and give you the circle lenses.
Right? Oh, come on. Okay. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and then reshare
and perform reports into
now
one
it's going.
powerful workspace.
Hang on. Let me share again. Hang on, because I really think it's important that we do this. Personalization, share, and we're going to try this again.
Let's learn how it works. To start, in the navigation sidebar menu, click Marketing, and then select Personalization. In the upper right, if you want to create personalized content from scratch, click Personalize. If you want to create personalized content with some help from AI, click Personalize with AI. You'll then choose your content type and click Next. Use the drop-down menus to select which specific.
While it's buffering, you were right on point here, Chris. Shout out.
Yeah, obviously. Okay. Obviously, Chris was always right. I'm going to stop sharing. But I do want to come. So I don't want to play the video anymore. Or I could keep it small. I wonder if I keep it small. Hang on. We're going to try this one more time. This is what it's called production, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep the video small and we're going to try this one more time.
Scattered personalization efforts into unified intelligence. HubSpot's new personalization tool centralizes your tailored content creation, AI-powered recommendations, and performance insights into one powerful workspace. Let's learn how it works. To start, in the navigation sidebar menu, click Marketing, and then select Personalization. In the upper right, if you want to create...
Not to be.
So let's hit Personalize. Okay. So select content type, start personalizing existing marketing assets, then tailor the message for any audience. Learn about personalization. Obviously, we want to open that link in a new tab and go see it in a minute. If I do landing pages, I can hit next. Okay. Select an existing landing page. Ooh, okay. Let's pick that one. Beautiful. Segment type contact list. I have one choice. Thank you. But a drop down means that I believe that HubSpot will be bringing us other things in the near future. Segmentation, select a segment. Okay. I don't know. Let's just do that because I can. Okay. Personalized content name. Sure. Create. And so what am I going to get? Oh. So it's going to look at the humans that I put in the list, and it's going to personalize it based on the data that HubSpot knows about it.
Did you personalize with AI or did you just personalize?
I did just personalize. I didn't even do personalize with AI. That was the regular personalize. We'll go back to AI in a hot second. And so like, if I say edit this, right, I'm curious versus if I say edit this, what we're going to be looking at. So here it's personalized variants. This one is variant 1. This one is just the regular one. Okay. So this is
sharing in just a tab.
Yeah. Oh, son of a, this is where HubSpot or StreamYard gets you. Okay. I'm going to just do my whole screen again. Thank you though.
I call these technical opportunities, not difficult.
So here's the original one, right? And so I don't know how easy it's going to be able to see what they changed, but here's the variant 1 version. And so it'll be, I wonder if there's a way to be able to see like the differences of the variations, because I have no clue. And there isn't immediately like something that I see.
I don't think it changed anything. I think it just made a copy. I think when you click personalize with AI, then it will.
Well, but look at this. Change priority, change segment, edit the content. So you just think that was like a fancy clone tool? All right. If that's
it was a clone, but it would only work. Like this is the version of the page that will come up if someone on that list visits the page.
All right. So if I click prioritize, choose the order in which variants are shown to users in each segment. If a visitor belongs to multiple segments, they'll see the first matching variant. Okay, so I can drag these around and drop. I can obviously create even another variant. So we're going to create one with AI just because. So contact list, I'm going to select, I don't know, let's do, I don't know, like there, we'll do that. Okay. Generate a new variant of this landing page by tweaking its content for a specific audience. I can't wait till HubSpot. I can actually hit a button and just talk to it, but please change the copy to be more engaging and focused on HubSpot partners. This is going to be a really weird, by the way, and I would do better than this. Tab, fix all those. I would do better than this in a real
Be
world,
clear.
to be clear, and then generate. Okay, so first of all, I love everything's in HubSpot. Not everything. A lot of things in HubSpot are going to like a mirror board style.
Yeah, what experience are we even in right now?
Because this is beautiful where it's like, okay, here's the default, and then here's the two different variations that are being built, right?
Mhm.
So now I'm super curious. Once this generates, because I do want to see like what we get from that, which by the way is completely different than what I was talking about. Which how confusing is, hang on, let me back up because I don't want to get hate mail from HubSpot. All hate mail goes to Chris at.
Yeah.
So
let's unbox. Let's unbox it, folks.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Whoever the PM is, please email Chris at for serious. Because this needs an unboxing. But here's where I get frustrated is because I've been in the ecosystem for 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. And if you say personalization, smart content, contextual marketing, I went to all the places and started to talk about the thing that equals. Now, personalization is not the thing that it once was, but it is because you just saw me do it. But now it's this. And so what are users supposed to do when this is that and that isn't this? This is what, so business
screenshots,
brands, personalization, smart content, like the naming of things that are already things from a cultural perspective of the users is a thing that has to kind of start to be paid attention to. Anyway, I'm gonna
real quick. Let's go back just in case people are joining or tuning in. What we're doing is going over voicemail from our friend of the show, Scott, who is asking why, just maybe I'm wrong here, why he couldn't personalize in more places than just landing pages or CTAs. And what George did was go in and show that here I am in website pages, and he was going through that. But there is a personalization beta with AI that is only available currently, apparently, for those two things. That's what we're looking at now, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to.
Right.
I want to go over here
for the record. I need to correct that record that was just laid out.
Yeah, we had a hard reset at the middle of the hour, so I wanted to make sure people were on board with what we were exploring and why, because of George's diving in.
Yeah, but just to highlight the challenges that George just talked about is it functionality we're talking about? Is it a new app? Is it this? Like, listen to the message one more time.
Yep.
Okay, so we're excited to look into the personalization tools inside.
Personalization tools.
We're excited to look into them. And it's very easy to transform that into why can't I personalize more than just landing pages and CTAs, which is where we all go, like immediately.
Well, he did say that.
What's that?
He did say that.
HubSpot, but I'm curious to get your take on why it's only available for landing pages and CTAs only.
Because it
what
is
about
in this new tool.
our other website pages?
Yeah,
I'd really like to see that in the future.
So like in the new tool, you can only see landing pages and CTAs. You can't see website pages.
So he's definitely talking. The part that's hard for us to keep up with is that, like, there's places in HubSpot now that have a capital P personalization, and that is an app that has some tools in it. And he never actually said, like, personalizing of these other things. It's personalization tools only for landing pages and CTAs.
And it's also, I want to go back to something that I said when I was doing the first part of this. I said it's all about customer experience, right? What I was doing. When I think about it, does it impact customer experience? Yes. But where I believe this is going, because we're playing with the beta live, is this, ladies and gentlemen, goes back to loop marketing, because this is where we're going to start hitting personalization at scale. This is when you set it up right and you know, here are the 3 persona / ICPs that I have in an organization. And now I've created a piece of content. For instance, Hub Heroes. We created a piece of content that is, what is good content anyway? Now, imagine being able to take that piece of content, because by the way, I would hope that blogs would potentially be in this in the future. Because imagine being able to take a blog that is like, what is good content anyway? And then being like, I want to create a version for churches because we help churches. I want to create a version for accountants because we help accountants. I want to create a version that is for, I don't know, video game companies because we help video game companies. By the way, if you're a video game company out there, hit me up. I'd like to. I'm just kidding. But now all of a sudden that's personalized at scale content because you know your ICPs or personas. You have a dope content strategy. It looks like you're going to create the base article that then, you know, when it gets personalized, it's going to add things that are contextual to them. It lights out. Lights out if this is where this is really going. And
Well,
imagine taking this and pairing it with what I showed at first. Customer experience engine and personalization at scale, and mashing these two up together. Like,
I think you said thinking about and here he's gone. I think he can still hear me though.
I can hear you. I wear headphones, brother. I'm good.
I think part of what Chris, maybe you can speak for yourself here in a minute, is alluding to, because you were talking about the customer experience. That is magical, right? Like, hey, Scott, this content is shown just to these people with personalization, or what used to be, and it's still somewhat called like smart marketing, those types of things. But it's hard to get to that point where you can create a good user experience without clarity for the admin and providers, right? We spent the first 20 minutes wondering what you can already do that. So we're confused about personalization. Chris, snapped his fingers and had the light bulb moment, went back in here and figured out it's in beta. So that's the thing that they need to like fix and address is not just aiming to create the best customer experience possible, but for the people that are building it, clarity on how to more efficiently deliver that. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the HubSpot users, I mean, this is the challenge. Like I went, actually Casey like shared the update link and it was September 3rd. It was in the 200 whatever updates that came out, right?
Chris, share my screen while you're talking, please. So one, remember this isn't beta. It is the worst it will ever be. It will always get better. I tried to do the AI refresh from something that I'd already built and it errored again, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to show is, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to realize is you're going to have the ability, landing pages, CTAs, this is where they're starting. It's the worst it's ever going to be. But where this gets really interesting to me is we're already focused on, well, what do we want to be able to see? How do we want to be able to see it? And you're going to be able to see the variations of the content personalized at scale from a reporting standpoint, so you can make smart decisions as marketers moving forward. But then I flip to this, and in the world of credits that we live in, and in the world of assistance that we live in, imagine being able to activate a personalization agent. Meet your virtual personalization expert who knows what to personalize when and for whom. Analyze your content and segments. Suggest what to personalize. Create personalized content for you. Like, wait, what? What?
Where did your mind go, Casey, when you heard about like the words personalization tools?
I went with George, but the fact that they said landing pages and CTAs only, I was kind of like, we must be talking about something else. And so, yeah, I go like, we must have talked about this, Chris. We went through all the updates, and yet like, this is not the first. I wasn't like immediately like it is an update until I was like, there's something missing. Also the fact that they said like, we want to try them, I don't know, something like that made it feel newer to me.
Yeah.
Should we go over the update here? I know this is what we do on the other show, but like, I have it up if we want to show people what we do in the morning 5 days a week. Chris, you two,
this is a preview.
Doing a riff of it, like right here, right now. Like, I'll share my screen. Oh, Chris, you got it. Okay.
Yeah. It
Chris,
doesn't help that it's a little bit of a book here.
But it doesn't matter. We got time.
Right.
We got
Okay.
time. Yeah.
So what is it? The new personalization app brings everything you need to create, manage, and measure personalized experiences into one central place. Use variants with a capital V to quickly build audience-specific CTAs and landing pages without the hassle of tweaking individual modules or duplicating assets. The built-in personalization agent acts like your AI strategist, pinpointing the best opportunities, recommending what to personalize, and generating ready-to-publish variants for your top segments. Fully integrated with segments with a capital S, it ensures the right audiences always see the most relevant experiences, whether starting from scratch or letting AI handle the heavy lifting. Personalization with a capital P helps you deliver the right content to the right people faster.
Casey, can you pause for a second? I want everybody to realize where my brain went as Chris read this. The language of HubSpot is changing right underneath your very feet. Casey, go ahead.
Why does it matter? Personalization has traditionally been time consuming, fragmented, and hard to measure, especially for small and mid sized teams. The personalization app changes that by giving marketers a single place to scale their efforts with clarity and speed. With variants, creating audience specific versions of CTAs and landing pages no longer means duplicating assets or adjusting individual modules. You can set up and manage personalized experiences easily while tracking performance across every variant from the same place you created it. The personalization agent takes this further by analyzing your content and segments each week, surfacing high impact opportunities and generating ready to publish variants. It removes guesswork, speeds up execution, and turns "I should personalize more" into delivering relevant experiences at scale. Seamless segments integration makes every personalization purposeful, trackable, and tied to results, making it a core part of your strategy, not just a side project.
Okay, so first of all, HubSpot product update just punched me in my nose because I had a conversation earlier today with a human who uses HubSpot, and we both were having this conversation of like, the reason that there's so many updates is because HubSpot is moving upstream to enterprise, and we've all heard it. HubSpot is moving upstream to enterprise to like shovel Salesforce and become like the CRM of all times. Yet the product that we're talking about in beta in the product update says, especially for small and mid-sized teams. It's like, shut up, George. Here's a feature for you small and medium-sized. So, man.
Yeah.
Content Pro, Content Enterprise, Marketing Pro, Marketing Enterprise, Marketing Plus Pro, Marketing Plus Enterprises. Who gets it? There is a knowledge base that you can read. However, you'll need to go to your portal and type in the passwords to get to, or the password to get to the knowledge base so you can learn more. HubSpot just ruined my entire freaking vacation next week. Sunday.
They did not. I that's why I like, so the apps, like we saw them start using that word like earlier this year to try and go beyond like tools and hubs and like trying to find some way to formally speak to a specific set of things inside of the platform. And meanwhile, we know there's been things like, let's say, personalization tokens, which can be used in all the places that George said out of the gate. But if you're trying to do that consistently, like it's a manual effort, right? To make sure we're using the same kinds of tokens in all these different places. None of them are connected to each other, right? And guess who else that's hard for? AI, right? There's no chance in hell a personalization agent is going to be able to do this for you unless you start to like harmonize and standardize how all these different tools work together. And I think we're seeing that in a bunch of places right now. They're giving these functionality sets, like formal app names, and talking to some of the product managers, it's definitely so that it's easier to get AI like in the game right? I think that's a big part of lists and segments, right? Like, I think it's for what we're trying to use segments for. Usually, you can get them hone in on a much cleaner definition that is never going to be confused versus lists, right? So it's an interesting evolution that causes challenges. Like what we were witnessing at the beginning of the call was just the curse of knowledge, right?
Yeah,
That
is,
As a HubSpot educator,
yep.
Life got great and life got more difficult at the same time.
So I had three things. One of them is funny. I'll share that one first. Personalization with AI is such an oxymoron to me, and I just can't get over it. Anyway, that's where you were going, Chris, right then, and I think I had such success in triggering George to with the Stacker Gerald and taking the a Niagara Falls trip last week. You read that. The three of you on this call read that update, and the curse of knowledge prevents you from having like a quick and readily available understanding of what the product does. My question is, why would they not use that tool or some of the not just the capital P personalization tokens, but that stuff when they're sharing updates to audience like customers, non-buyers versus HubSpot experts? So if they were to, have a list, let's say it's the HubSpot helpline hosts, and it showed that update with language that was more compare contrast. Here's what it was before. Here's what it is now in language and in a presentation that was more geared towards somebody that had been working with the tool for the last 12 years. Is that something that I don't understand why that wouldn't be something that they would at least beta or attempt to do? Because the way that George would experience an update or read content and then be able to use it is different than the way Scott would be able to read what the tool does and the functionality and be able to experiment with it.
Chris, I see you getting ready to talk too. So
I feel like that's a fair question, but I could be way off here.
I mean, I think first and foremost, they're building for Scott and not for George.
Yep. And that's fair.
Yep. Without a doubt. That they are not building for me. Although I use everything they build. So let's be square on that, right? Here's the thing. There's 5 people. They're in a restaurant. A guy comes in, robs the restaurant, and runs out. 2 of them says he has a red jacket. 3 of them says he has an orange jacket. 2 of them said that he had purple shoes, and 1 said they were gray, and 2 others said that it was like fuchsia. Now imagine if all of a sudden you personalized that robbery at scale. It would get more complex and more confusing. So in your example of like, can you personalize the product update to the human? We all see everything different anyway. So if you start to give a different version of educating on a like solidified thing, now we're all screwed. Like we all got to go back to the exact same text, right? Boy, I could take this somewhere, but I won't. If you have the text that is your HubSpot, maybe I will. If you have the text that is your HubSpot Bible, you do not want your Bible personalized at scale. You want your HubSpot Bible to be the Bible, and that's it.
Yeah. I think that's what we need to rely on HubSpot to give us very black and white representations of what the product feature set is and the functionality. And that's the challenge is that we need a lot of resources on top of that to share applied knowledge.
Apparently you don't, because you click one button with AI and it does it for you. That's my like they're building AI to be able to do this quick. So
because we're not good at it.
George is going on vacation next week. He can afford to be triggered a little bit. What I was more specifically, I'll give you one more example because that's fair. I mean, you're exactly right. I do think Eugene Peterson would have something to say about different translations and versions of texts that are sacred, right? So that's what I'm getting at, right? Yeah. There you go.
I'm with you, actually, Rob. Like, I'm like, there's children's versions of the Bible. There's like,
there's
there's
the message. There's
All
new
right.
state. Like, there's all of that. So
if we're gonna like use that comparison though, like, yeah, I think in theory they're
The playground, and I wasn't even trying to open the playground.
well, I mean, so you just shared screen and showed that, and we read like, what is it? Why this matters, right? I would wager you probably know what it is to an extent and why it matters. But the most important thing for you that wasn't on here at all is, where is it? What did it look like before? And when will it be available? So there's other W questions that would be more impactful to be shown first to you. So maybe it's not necessarily the language itself, but the manner in which it's arranged. Like, you could probably skip through the, what is it? Well, we know this.
And be
right?
careful. Do not scroll down too far, Chris, because you don't want to show the password to the thing that I just mentioned unless it's in people's portal, because the knowledge base that you do get to does have a statement on it. So just don't scroll down too far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, Rob, usually when there's screenshots, but sometimes we get into the how does it work, which start to go into things like that. So this is where it is. Like, even the word navigation would be helpful here, but right, this is where it is. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, we also know that not a ton of people are reading these update cards, and they're probably seeing it over here, like first, right?
But only if someone opted in at this point.
Yeah, but you got to remember, there's a human like me that goes into a portal, says, enroll the entire organization, beep, bop, boop. And then Scott, which, by the way, Scott, I love you. I love your question. Thank you for this amazing episode based on stuff that I had no clue about, that we finally got to play around. Like it's
and to actually answer your question, Scott, hang tight.
Yeah.
It'll be available for all the stuff. This is how it always goes.
Yep.
All of the things they're going to try and connect all of those things. Like, another recent huge update was content remixing a whole new set of assets based on one segment. And so there's a lot of, it's kind of like before Inbound, Breeze was known to be, there's Breeze over here, Breeze over here, Breeze over here, Breeze over here. And a big change has been making that one integrated layer.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these apps are doing.
So, first of all, HubSpot, I love you. We'll probably continue to love you until the day I die. Now, I'm going to go into dream mode for a second, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to hang in there with me, because Chris said that it's going to get like, it's coming. One thing I've learned over the last 14 years is that HubSpot has a method to their madness. Many people don't know that there's a full video editing platform inside of their HubSpot portal. If I allow myself to dream, imagine when that drop down isn't just CTAs and landing pages and website pages and blog articles, but imagine if all of a sudden now it's your PDFs in the file manager that has been getting worked on by, project PMs and people. Imagine if all of a sudden you can click that and it personalizes your video at scale, because now it's to a certain segment, and all of a sudden a video that once was just for construction workers now can be for construction workers and HVA. And I'm dreaming, but I want people to see where this could go if technology got that good.
I'm glad that you're dreaming, and there's a lot of love, because I want to talk about the question I have. Maybe I should give the question first or example first, Chris.
Question.
Okay. Where, as we're dreaming and as we're loving, where do you think the appropriate limits for customer intimacy stop?
What do you mean by that word? Because intimacy could be a bunch of different things. So let's align at least the four of us and the people watching on what you mean by that word.
In the context of HubSpot and data, it's just more data. more context, more of a relationship. So in your example, what if they have enough data and AI progresses to a point where you click on you go to some clothing site, right? Because you've got to get a new hat, a new hoodie for your cruise. You're ready to look good.
Yeah.
And not only do they know that you like hats and hoodies, they have your picture, your persona
all day.
with the hat and hoodie on.
Yeah. And they know the
right?
7 colors I don't have. Yeah. Keep
They
going.
know the 7
Keep
colors.
going, Rob.
They know the address. With one voice spoken command, you can order whatever to the house. Like, where does that limit become scary and worrisome to customers?
No.
Or where does it become exciting? Like, that's what I'm getting at.
The immediate moment you creep me out, stop it. The immediate moment I keep hitting that buy button, press on forward. Like, listen, I call it something else in my office so I can get away with this. Alexa, please buy my dog food. That don't creep nobody out now. When it first started happening, boy. So please tell me that you know what 7 hoodie and hat colors I don't have, and that I can hit a little button right over here on my desk, or I can go and look at it and it shows me. By the way, add this feature. Show me 30 pounds lighter in those hat and hoodies, will you? Like, let's go. Like, no, like I think it's humans. Because by the way, you're talking about intimacy of data. HubSpot already has structured data, non-structured data, all the conversations, the transcriptions, like the amount of data that is in the system, that it is in the machine that people aren't thinking about, allows for a future that you're talking about.
Yeah. I think they already have that data. Do you want them to use it to make your life better or not? Like, they already have it. They could use it on your behalf or not, and I would love for them to use it on my behalf.
Here's
first and foremost.
Mine is more, I guess, like the creep out part is subjective, which is fine. And to your point, George, initially that will be probably less well received than after it becomes more commonplace. But if it's preference, go ahead. Because I'm about to go somewhere I don't think we can get back from in the next 7 minutes.
I can't wait. The first time I hit that, like, I will be pleasantly surprised.
Can I tell you what scares me more?
Yeah.
The conversation that we really need to be having is good actors and bad actors. If you're selling something, more times than not, you'll sell it to anybody. I remember being in this ecosystem that was just starting, the partner ecosystem, and it was amazing. And I can remember watching it get to a point where many partners were asking why certain partners were being allowed into the ecosystem. Because there's good actors and there's bad actors. And there's historically an inboundy way to do things and a not inboundy way to do things. And I mean, from a culture code, HubSpot culture code, the way that you show up to the world, happy, helpful, humble humans. When this technology is able to be sold to anybody, that's what scares me. That's what keeps me up at night. Not what I'll do with it, not what Rob will do with it, not with what 80 or 90% of good actor, organizations, but when this is allowed to be sold to people who shouldn't. And that's subjective, good and bad actors, but that's what keeps me up at night more than any of this.
Maybe it's just a willpower problem for me. And if it showed me a hoodie and hat and all the things I need and made it one click and readily available, that's one thing. That's a great experience. But I also have 4 kids that need to be fed and bills to be paid. So there's some that's more, I would say, on the consumer, is to be fiscally responsible with that. But if it's that easy, it becomes more of a dopamine hit. It becomes more problematic that way. And that's I think it's separate conversation entirely. That's right. More of where I was going.
So if they're really
Chris wants to start a new show. Chris wants to start a new show. And that's when we can have shows that fully talk about the future psychology that will be happening to the human brain in the future that is being made today. But that is a completely different podcast.
Value First Humans, end of the month, coming at you. No, I think like if they are a good actor and they know people want that experience, but they're doing it in our best interest, and there's a simple button available that says, nope, I don't want that kind of experience. I don't want to see myself on your page with like a mirror image of myself.
Yeah, as long as there's some responsibility, because I mean, there's good actors and there's good audience, I would say, if you're using that analogy. And what George is talking about is the pervasiveness of access, right? Like anyone with a phone and an opinion can put it out there now. So what George is saying is that when this technology becomes more available and thus more audience gets access to it, that's where I was going. It's more of the psychology and the impact of the technology on the people who are consuming it and purchasing it.
Casey, you've been trying to say something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did.
I'd like to hear what that something might be.
No, you're fine. I think your Alexa example was very good, George. I also think like about pop-ups. Like people say they hate pop-ups, but pop-ups keep working. And I have this like I've had this fight with so many like UX user experience designers who are like, no, people hate pop-ups, and I'm like, they buy from them, they submit the form. Like, what do you want? And so I think it's a lot of that, which is, and there's no way to know without testing. But like, is that personalized of an experience going to drive people to take action, whatever that action is, whether or not they like it or not? That's not actually the.
Yeah, that is the point.
Yeah. And there's a really awesome documentary on Netflix. I think it's called Buy Now. And the people who developed the Amazon user experience for like every single page
that is
on that site talk about all of the things, all the data they looked at, all of the decisions. And it goes way beyond just Amazon and all the impacts that has. So it's super interesting, but there's a reason, like they have the data, like the data tells them how to get people to convert. And there's a reason that Amazon experience is where it's at. They put effort into that.
Yeah.
So it is going to be much more than just a click the button. So then all of a sudden the personalization happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an end goal. Like it's a very easy end goal to point to. And I would say anybody looking to use these personalization tools, like you have that in mind, then it just becomes, are you capturing the data that you need to be capturing to create those kinds of experiences?
Which means, are you paying attention to and lining out the strategy that you should be strategizing? I can't wait to go watch the documentary called Tron later tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
The Tron documentary. Yeah. I think that's a good place to wrap and send George on his merry way into where are you going, George? The Caribbean?
Yes, we're going to the Bahamas and a couple private islands on a Carnival cruise ship.
That sounds outrageously fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Oh, trust me. We'll have fun.
So you're not going to be here next Friday is what you're saying also.
Oh,
or are you going to call in from the ship?
No.
I would like to see Vacation George with a cocktail solving HubSpot and helping humans, man. That would be great.
He's got a cigar and a cocktail.
Right. Man, if you think I'm turned up right now, wait till I'm on a cruise ship with a cocktail and a cigar and talking about HubSpot.
And he somehow still has his voice mod so he can do the humans and do the sound effects. That'd be great. Well, look, Scott, hopefully we answered and spoke to your question. We did spend most, I think, 45 minutes of the show doing that. Personalization has been conquered, and you can continue watching the Wake Up Customer Platform show next week. I think is when you guys are going further into that. George won't be there apparently, but Chris and Casey will continue. Have a great weekend, and George, we will see you next week. Also, shout out to my dad who will never see this. He doesn't like the internet, but it's his birthday today. So shout out.
Happy birthday, Pops.
Shout out, Dad. We'll see you next Friday on the HubSpot Helpline.
Hello, you've reached the HubSpot Helpline. Helpline.
It's Rob, it's George, it's Casey, and Kyle. Come with a problem and leave with a smile. Every Friday at 3, Come and join us as we help you with HubSpot. Open up your LinkedIn, just make sure you call in and leave a voicemail about HubSpot. Make your Friday divine with the HubSpot helpline.